Okay guys, a little more instructional stuff for you for this wintertime work that we're doing at home with bands or the swim cords. This is just showing you how to do a low row from the floor. This can be technically done from a bench. It can be done from your stability ball, which is often how I do it, if you don't have access to a row machine. So you're going to want to get, because this is not supposed to be heavy resistance here, this is just really supposed to be gently working those connective tissues in the shoulder. We don't ever want to load the shoulder with too much resistance, and we don't ever want to load the back with the wrong kind of resistance. So it's really critical to use a resistance that will stretch the tissue in the shoulder but not challenge it to the point where it's straining. So biggest key component there. Okay, so I've got the band set up away from me, and I'm sitting just far enough away from the vantage point where the cord is connected, and I'm going to take a grip that is about 10 to 12 inches apart. Nice tall posture. My thumbs are pointing up, palms towards one another for a row. Okay, when you're on a machine, you're going to turn your hands over. We will do that from time to time in this position as well, but today the programming calls for thumb to thumb, palm to palm. The reason I do that is those work different muscles on the back side of your upper back that keep your scapula or your shoulder blades kind of seated where they belong, with the rhomboids and the teres, and then we're working upper trap and lower trap as well as kind of the top portion of the lats. So hand position has everything to do with which muscle we're trying to isolate. In this case today, we're working rhomboids, which is the underside of those shoulder blades but connects the shoulder blades to the spine, and it's what causes you to be able to do retraction, which is this motion. Okay, so in the notes you'll have noticed protraction, which is forward, letting the shoulders fall forward to full extension, surrounding right here. Then I'm going to sit up tall first, pull the shoulders down back, pull to the rib cage. Okay, so moving forward, then back. You'll notice I'm not using my back, I'm using my hips and then those upper back muscles. So nothing is putting torsion on my spine, and that's what's super critical, okay? These are the same muscles that we use when we start the top of the catch in swimming. This is my set of swim cords. You might have a little less resistance, you might have a little more resistance, but again, the objective is not to like put a heavy resistance on here to run through that range of motion. It's really just to feel the motion, enough resistance that you feel the motion, and you're putting that connective tissue in each shoulder through that range of motion that is tricky to find in the water, but you're not stressing the joint. All right, you're going to fixate those cords right about hip height today, and then step back so that you have enough tension on the cords. Go away from you. Put your whole hand through it. Kind of tricky. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to step away to just where I feel that tension at the top of the catch. Fingertips start down. I'm in full extension, and I'm just going to grab. Like that. Okay? So I've got that power diamond at the bottom of the catch, and that's key. That's where you create the most power and propulsion, is at the top of the catch. It's actually the hardest thing for people to feel though, because the tendency is to want to drop those arms long like this, and there's very little torsion or propulsion on a longer fulcrum in the water. So if you could shorten that fulcrum and create 2 levers, potentially 3 with your hand, you're gonna move more water. And the interesting thing to also note about water, it's like air, it spins. So we're looking for that Borlo effect that causes lift with airplanes. We're doing the same thing in the water as we're pulling water towards us. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the side view. You'll notice I'm recovering forward instead of over that shoulder joint. Protraction, retraction. Just like the row, pulling those shoulder blades back by initiating contact with the shoulder blades and those rhomboid muscles that are on either side, left and right of the spine. Okay, change the angle again of the camera. We're gonna go back to the front so that I can show you power diamond to finish. Okay, so power diamond begins here, and we're gonna push all the way back and through. So you can see why sculling drills are super important. That also mirror the cord work, and then for real, like really teach you how to pull. So a lot of drills you're going to be seeing are long dog paddle. So scooting the arm all the way forward, pushing all the way back. Long dog paddle basically looks like this. And then sculling, or breaststroke arms, really, this is kind of a modified version of breaststroke. The breaststroke upper stroke, well, the entirety of the upper part of breaststroke is literally this. Okay, so when we're sculling, we're doing that same sort of motion. And then obviously we scull sometimes back here too, to reinforce that push through. So hope this is helpful. Keep the feedback coming, because I want to give you guys as many tools as I can.